Hello and welcome to yet another installment of For the Living of These Days, Anticipation Edition. So I know you've been anticipating this. I have. Well, I begin with the great theologian, Winnie the Pooh. "Well," said Pooh, "what I like best." And then he had to stop and think, because although eating honey was a very good thing to do, there was a moment just before you began to eat it, which was better than when you were. But he didn't know what it was called. Anticipation. You know that feeling just before you open a Christmas present, or as a child before Christmas morning, or when the arrival of a family member has been long awaited. We see those homecomings of service members who have been gone for months show up unexpected to the family, but that anticipation of that encounter, that homecoming. Advent is made of such an anticipation, preparation, like winter giving way to spring. We hope of a new day of birth, not only of our Christ, but just to be with each other in during this pandemic. The anticipation of being with each other, dancing in public, and if you do that, or the joy of spontaneous crowds of human interactions. We anticipate a surprise or a gift to be opened by a loved one, or we cannot wait for them to open it. And sometimes we give it away before the opening, when the waiting is too hard. Anticipation is an embrace, a smile, or a gathering of family. And this anticipation grows by the days as we wait for this pandemic to be overcome. But now we are overcome by it. We long for, we anticipate times of homecomings and new relationships yet to be made. And I know as we look to these holidays, the anticipation grows even longer into 2021. As the little prince said, "If you come at 4 PM, I'll begin to be happy by 3. Or Albert Camus, "We need the sweet pain of anticipation to tell us we are really alive." We need the sweet pain of anticipation to tell us we are really alive. I love that. Yes, we can have those painful anticipations of bad news or waiting for events that take our breath away. But to anticipate coming through it, weathering the storm, surviving, brings exuberance of victory through the struggle. Yet, I want to speak of the anticipation and hope for joy with love and peace, to envision a time of union and homecoming and welcome. Hold that anticipation in your heart. Anticipation of healing, of forgiveness, of redemption, new birth, eternal life in these Advent times. Anticipation of a child to be born, joys that come at the sunrise and in the birth narratives of our lives. As the psalmist writes, "Weeping may linger for the night, but joy comes with the morning." As the hymn writer George Matheson wrote in "O Love That Will Not Let Me Go," "O joy that seekest me through pain, I cannot close my heart to thee. I trace the rainbow through the rain, and feel the promise is not vain, that morn shall tearless be." Anticipation. We fight illness with anticipation of a cure, not giving up until the last breath, and the news of remission after a long fight with cancer, anticipation of life giving way and life waiting. even finally at the end of life in this world, the anticipation of new life, the birth of faith, anticipation of hope and eternity. No matter how you picture it, love is always in the state of anticipation. Faith is that which gives birth to hope. Hope shouts for joy at a divine peace after the struggle. I remember the feeling after a road race, when the finish line, after the training of sweat and toil, long, arduous days of training. Or how about after the test you worked so hard to study for? After a fear of shadow monsters, when your mom comes and turns on the light, anticipating the comfort and the safety when the shadows disperse. When you have done your best, anticipation of the next big thing. We long for and anticipate these days. And we anticipate the return. And I think that's where I'm going along the way as we chat here. To anticipate the return. The return of gathering in pubs or coffee houses or restaurants with abandon. The return of hugs and handshakes at 3 feet apart. Encounters with strangers and friends and fellow worshipers with abandon. Oh, let us anticipate healing of relationships and reconciling conversations. The return of filled temples and mosques and churches with abandon in praise. And the return of spontaneous how do you do's and my name is Sam or Jan. What is yours? In the midst of crowds dancing in the music of street vendors. How about the return of civility? The return of tearful goodbyes and hugs of remembrance at a funeral for her or him before and now together, physically remembering with family and friends. The return of these joy-filled tears of hellos and hugs of welcoming little baby boy or a baby girl into the world. Those gatherings of family with food. And the return of the electric slide, dancing together on a dance floor at a wedding. Or the outdoor celebration of 2 star-crossed lovers united by divine decree at a wedding where we are all gathered together to celebrate that love. The return of flash mobs of actors showing up on street corners or street festivals or stadiums full of fans. Oh, to anticipate and know that just like winter snow covers a bleak landscape, teeming with life just under the surface, anticipating a brilliant, beloved springtime of color and flower. I love this poem by Amy Lowell, entitled Anticipation. I've been temperate always, but I'm like to be very drunk with your coming. There have been times I feared to walk down the street lest I should reel with the wine of you and jerk against my neighbors as they go by. I am parched now, and my tongue is horrible in my mouth, but my brain is noisy with the clash and gurgle of filling wine cups. The anticipation. The comfort of anticipating and hope during the pandemic. For we are in exile. The exile is separation. For the love of our community and our neighbor, anticipate the day of our release, and oh, the joy of having come through the ordeal together. But even those who die in the anticipation of new life. I pray for those who die in fear or despair without the anticipation and hope that energy never dies, that love is eternal. Anticipation comes, the prophet for those who are in darkness. There is light. That image of the redeemed of Isaiah, the wilderness and the dry land shall be glad, and the desert shall rejoice and blossom like the crocus. I shall blossom abundantly and rejoicing with the joy and singing. So, my friends, live in the anticipation, not only in the advent of your Christmas birth, but the anticipation of a new day of human homecoming. All the earth coming home to itself. Stronger for the ordeal and united in the journey. That's my anticipation. Such is the season of Advent and our Christmas. And into a new year of resolutions, of hopes. Anticipation. Anticipate hope. Anticipate celebration. Anticipate the joy after a night of weeping. For as Julian of Norwich wrote, but all shall be well, and all shall be well, and all manner of things shall be well. I'll close with these words, with this blessing from John O'Donohue entitled Celebration. Hear the image of celebration in your heart in these words. Now is the time to free the heart. Let all intentions and worries stop. Free the joy inside the self. Awaken to the wonder of your life. Open your eyes and see the friends whose hearts recognize your face as kin. Those whose kindness, watchful and near, encourages you to live everything here. See the gifts the years have given, things your effort could never earn, the health to enjoy who you want to be, and the mind to mirror mystery. Anticipation, anticipation. Yes, you feel the exile, but rejoice in the new birth and anticipate of coming of the return, for it is on the horizon. And we are all in this together. So until next time, peace be with you.